Hey, so how often do you get to a place where you can help somebody and yet you refuse to do it? Because they didn't pick up your phone call or respond to your text or your email, because they didn't do something that you desired them to do, or because they didn't treat you the way you thought they should have treated you, because they hurt you, because it's so many things that I could think of because, and this is the reason why I don't do this for this person, or I don't do that for that person. Because of these things, and yet we seek the grace of the Lord every day. The same grace that we're seeking from the Lord is the same grace that we should give to them, because we don't want to get to a place where we lose this person who we care about deeply, or even if we don't necessarily care about, we never want to get to a place where we could have done something and yet we failed to do it, but we didn't know that that person was dealing with some situation or some issue. That person was dealing with sickness in their body. That person was dealing with the worst type of situation you could ever believe, abuse in the home, or something was going on, and you had an inkling, but yet you allowed that thought to just pass, dissipate, because you were so into yourself, because you were so into pride, because you were so thinking about the past on what the person may have done or didn't respond or whatever, that you refuse to give them grace. Listen, we have to give grace where grace is needed, and that's in every situation, because we wake up with our grace renewed. And so we would want to give grace where grace is needed. And that is to whatever friend, whatever family member, church member, inverted, whoever it may be. Could be a father, could be your mom. Give it, because the time is going to come. And I know many who may be watching this video, you've already lost somebody. And this is not to condemn you, but this is only as a reminder for some to say, man, you don't want to get to a place where you could have done something and yet you failed to do it because you were operating in a sense of pride. You know, the word says pride goes before destruction. And that destruction could be anything. It could be destroying your life. It could be destroying your family. It could be destroying whatever future that you thought you had or may have or may be seeking to have. Listen, don't get so caught up in the pointing of the fingers on what somebody did or what somebody did not do. But consider the grace that was given to you. Consider how important it is for you to receive that grace, because as Jesus stooped down and wrote in the sand, and as those leaders and high priests and Pharisees were communicating with him and saying, hey, this person committed adultery. What are you going to do about it? Or whatever, fornication. What are you going to do about it, Jesus? And he said, he that is without sin, cast the first stone. You without sin, you be the one to cast the first stone. And I know a lot of people will say, oh, well, this whatever it is that they did is unforgivable. Gee. So now, whatever it is that you've done, you put that in the place of Christ. Are your sins unforgivable? Because if it is, then we wouldn't need Christ. Listen, I'm only trying to get us to remember how important it is to give grace where grace is needed. Show grace where grace is needed. And only what we do for Christ will last. So if you think that you're doing something for your friend or your church member or your family member, whoever it is, you're not doing it for them. You're doing it for Christ. So hey, I'm just reminding you of that. I know sometimes it can be a little difficult when you think about it, but don't be so hasty to make the move. Just kind of pull back a little bit and then remind yourself how what you're doing is you're doing it for Christ, not for him, not for her, but you're doing it unto him. Hey, I'm Patrice. V is in Victory Hill. I'll talk to you soon.